They say that when you have a terminal illness, you go through, well, the same 5 stages that you go through with any grief, really. People do grieve about their own deaths. It's quite natural if you think about it. I think the first is denial. That lasted with me for a very long time, a very, very long time. But part of the reason it lasted so long was that the doctors did nothing about it. They carried on as if the diagnosis had never been made. And in fact, I think I said in one recent recording that the doctor had fallen in after 2 years that I had that diagnosis. The new doctor, that is. Actually, it was 3. It was January 2015 that he looked back in the notes and saw the diagnosis which had been made on the 3rd of February 2012. The last good year of my life, actually. And of Flossie's. It was still good after that, right up until the end of the year. Pretty much, considering. As long as I had Flossie, everything was right in my world. It's something I can never explain. Nuki helped a lot as well. And the people in it. It was when I came to this valley that everything went downhill fast and has carried on going downhill. Anyway. Really, have I forgotten what I was talking about again? Oh yeah, denial. I think that probably went on until about April last year. When the nurse told me that I was in the final stage and had the lungs of a 90-year-old and couldn't expect to live another year, well, I've exceeded that. And on and on. Nothing positive, of course, no advice. And the COPD nurse here wonders why I will not go to see her. Well, I've seen her twice and she's done nothing either. She hasn't even given me a spirometer test. The last I had was in April 2015, in fact. Denial. I think anger comes next, and yeah, loads of that. It's not fair, really, because that's what I get whenever I can breathe properly. There still are days, or parts of days, when I can breathe fairly normally. Anger. Bargaining. I think that's where my return home really came in, because who am I kidding myself? You know, who am I kidding? Do I think I can go back to where things were 13 years ago? I haven't seen my grandchildren since 2008. I haven't seen my younger daughter since 2006. Had I moved to Southampton, it would have been one thing, but in this other place, my older daughter would have a 40-mile round trip to come and see me. I think she's too busy for that. That's no insult to her, it's a statement of fact. For some reason, when I said that to my cousin, she said, I think she's very brave. I never understand these reactions. I say one thing, and the person I'm talking to says something totally unconnected to it. Yes, I wouldn't deny that my daughter is very brave. What has that got to do with her ability to do a 40-mile round trip? Nothing. I think, really, I believed that if I could go back to Southampton, specifically Southampton, all would be as it was when I left Southampton. Well, except that my friends are dead and gone. Bargaining. Depression, oh, I'm well and truly into depression, and that has been pointed out on one of my videos in the comments section. Depression, whoa. It can't go any lower. Not really. Not without artificial assistance from prescription drugs, which I don't intend to take, because of the effect they've had on my depressive mood in the past, i.e. to make it infinitely worse. Then we come to acceptance. Well, I'm not quite done with anger. I'm done with bargaining. That was a terrible, terrible mistake, and there's nothing now that I can do about it. Perhaps depression and acceptance come in one bundle. i.e., I wish somebody would put a bullet in my head and end it for me. Because I refuse to die of suffocation, and actually the thought of going home to die as opposed to going home to live is not, strangely enough, a pleasant one.